So day two, welcome. It's the 2nd of January. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning and I'm up basically strategizing and planning and just getting myself all organized for basically the rest of the year and when I properly start work from the 5th on that Monday as everybody will. I'm just getting everything in order basically. So obviously in these videos, as like promised from yesterday, you're gonna be able to see basically what is this goal of 10k a month. What does it look like? What do I need to do to get there? What's going to be the daily actions that you'll see on here for me to be able to do that? We're going to be showing you all of that. Basically, today, in terms of what I'm mainly going to be up to, I've basically got a business course that I'm trying to get as far into as possible. It's a course by Charlie Morgan, who's someone that's like extremely big in the space, probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest, who's done like 40 million plus just for himself and his businesses and much more than that in client results and successes. Alongside that, obviously I'll be working on that course that's basically going to give me all the additional information that I don't already have now, not only just in terms of the business and how to actually do the things that I need to do to get to where I want to be, but also some of the mentality around it, which is supposed to be like really good modules on there. So I'm going to be trying to work through basically as many of those as possible today. Like I said, it's about 9 o'clock now, and this is a work day, so I'm going to be working the whole day. On top of that, I'm going to do a bit of a personal finance kind of budget and audit of myself to have a look at roughly, obviously, it's different depending on how many hours I do at Audi every month. So, if I did less than my 20 hours contracted, then I'd get less, or if I did some extra, I'd get more. In December, I ended up doing quite a lot of hours. I don't remember how many exactly. I just let it be a surprise for later in this month when I get the payday. But yeah, I ended up doing quite a few 10-hour night shifts, just things like that, and you get extra money for those as well, 20% extra. So that's good. I'm just going to do a little one of those, have a look at basically what's going out every month, what's coming in, and where do I need to optimize for? Am I spending too much in one place or another? Obviously, when I came here to begin with, I basically wasn't spending any money at all because, for the first week, I didn't have a job, and then I was able to get one. And then obviously the payday didn't come in for a little while, and it was only for half of the, it was only for basically 2 weeks' pay because of when the cut-off was. So yeah, that was all a bit crazy, and basically for the first month and a half that I was here, I didn't do anything apart from get my food shop and pay the rent and bills, which is obviously, anything more than that is still a privilege, but we're trying to go a lot higher than just having to worry about the rent and bills, which is kind of the goal to allow me to have financial freedom and more of the things in life that I'd like to experience. So alongside that, I'm also going to be showing you now through basically my kind of goals and resolutions for 2026, and yeah, give you a bit more of an insight into how I'm aiming for this year to be and what are the daily things that I'll be doing to get there. But first of all, I'm going to give you a little show. I'm going to give you a little tour, around of my environment here. So this is basically what I'm dealing with. There's a little wardrobe to my left here, and then we've got the bed, a bit of floor area down here, which is just like a load of plugs and stuff. And then at the end here, we have my desk space. So I have a nice monitor that I got myself after my birthday. Got my MacBook that I got literally from CEX. Some pieces of paper here around the business and the goals and it being certified as a company, all when that happened. And then as you can see from outside, this is basically my view. It's a nice frosty morning here in Leamington. And yeah, for this whole space, I pay 400 quid, £405 a month, which to be honest is, I don't know, for a student house, because I'm obviously living in a student house with other people, I think it's quite a good amount. But obviously when I'm going to work every every week and having to pay that, and obviously I'm surrounded by people who are just kind of like partying like like a few nights a week at least, and obviously not having to go to work and pay that, it does feel like a slight bit annoying sometimes, but not really. But yeah, basically this is my space. Let me show you a bit more of my desk space once again, if I turn this around. So yeah, as you can see, I'm on my calendar here, but yeah, I've got good equipment here. You can see here I've got a nice booklet. It says Kieran Robinson, founder, Beacon Connect. I also have a pen. So I'll show you a pen that says it as well, Beacon Connect. I've got, you know, a nice microphone. Got myself a nice laptop. I'm also going to use this camera as well as my webcam. So I've got all the equipment I need basically to run the business and get to where I need to be with it. So yeah, no excuses. I have everything I need. And yeah, I'm going to show you now through that document that I was talking about. So I put myself right here on the left so you're able to see basically the document, and it'll put it up on the screen just to my right now. So as you can see straight away, 2026 goals and resolutions. Start documenting every single day from the 1st of January on Osmo, and I'm going to upload it to this channel as you're watching it now. Basically my chronology is, I'm living in Leamington now, which, as I mentioned in the last video, is about 150 miles away from where I'm from originally, just because that's where roughly where my uni was located, obviously before I decided to take the year off. I'll be living here until the 31st of July, or that's when the lease ends. And then from August to December, my girlfriend is, well, she'll be moving away to Paris for a year abroad in kind of September time. So basically, the goal is if I can get the business to a good enough point by then I'm going to be able to move out there with her to some degree, obviously. I'm not going to be like applying for a visa or anything like that. I'll just be doing it as a tourist, just from having a British passport. So it means that I'll only be able to be there like 3 months out of every 6. So it's kind of like, you could see that however you want, a week on, a week off, or 3 weeks on, 3 weeks off. I'm not sure exactly how we'll do it. Obviously, I want to not have to transition too much, and that also cuts down the amount of money I have to spend on travel, but it will depend on, obviously, you know, lots of things and where I need to be at that time. But the idea is that if I can basically remove the need to work part-time, obviously moving back home basically to my parents' house will reduce my costs a lot. Obviously I still have to contribute to rent and bills there, but overall for, you know, lifestyle here, living completely independently on my own, it will be less there. And obviously going away to Paris. So it means that basically the idea here is I'm trying to get to 10k a month revenue for the business. My business is Beacon Connect. I'm going to have full financial and location independence. So basically, yeah, able to work from anywhere, solely on the business, no need for a part-time job. I'm trying to put in healthy life habits as well, so 8 hours sleep. Now I don't have a gym membership at the minute, but I'm going to be adding that and looking at that in my kind of financial audit that I was telling you about. It's just a matter of time, really, because when I was doing 20 hours a week, trying to do a 40-hour week on the business, that's 60, then trying to go to the gym, plus try and have some of the weekend time to see my girlfriend, it was becoming a lot, you know, as well as like cooking dinner and things like that. So we'll see how that goes, and I'm going to keep tracking my timings and everything. So my 4 resolutions actually are basically 6 months, no alcohol or drugs, no snacking at all, reduce social media screen time to 20 minutes. At the minute, in the last couple of weeks, it's been like 3.5 hours of screen time and about an hour a day on Instagram. I really want to reduce that as much as possible. I would say none at all, but obviously there's things that I will need to look at in terms of the business account and to certain people that will contact me on there. And then basically save a 6-month runway. What's going on with my computer? Save a 6-month runway by July. So basically by July I want to have, basically 6 months into the year, I want to have another 6 months of money kind of in a pot to say that you don't need to work part time. I mean, anywhere. Just the runway is like the minimum amount of money I'll need for the next 6 months to get by, and be okay. Not live literally like just about being able to afford the food shop, but I mean being able to obviously get that pot together to be able to travel to Paris and things like this. So basically, the way to achieve those and the way I'm going to be doing that is complete the Imperium Academy training straight away for this 10k a month goal. Rewatch those because it's very easy to forget certain lessons and certain things. So rewatch those every 3 months. Obviously, be working on the business every single day to improve it, and also always be kind of reflecting on what I'm doing and what could be better about it. Change my mindset in a way, and that's part of these modules in Imperium Academy as well, is to, because I'm locked away in this room and the only other people I see and speak to the most other than my girlfriend is people from Audi, it becomes a bit weird in my head in terms of kind of what is just my perspective on life, I guess, because obviously I'm around a lot of people that are working kind of minimum wage jobs and they're not as ambitious and looking to do things like this. So my girlfriend's very supportive and very helpful around it, and is someone that's doing a law degree and going away to Paris, as I said, so very intelligent person. But obviously spending so much time at Audi and just cooped away in my room, it can change your perspective and make me feel a bit different about life. So January is going to be a very busy month. I'm actually going away to Paris. I'll be in London and Manchester in the next 2 weeks from today. I'll be doing all of those three things, so stay tuned for that. But I feel like that's going to help me to be able to change this mindset in my head to get used to traveling and having abundance and all these things that will just allow me to feel more at ease and feel more comfortable kind of in the situations that my goal is to be in more. And the more I experience them, the more I'm like, well, I need to get back to these places and to these kind of positions in life. And also creating quotas for the workday. So basically for goal 2, like I said, 6 month safety pot, leave Audi, double down on the business. And in terms of the financials, just track it, no emotion, just what is the amounts on paper and how much do I need for the next 6 months, and try and save that money as best as possible. For healthy habits, once I start at the gym, I'll be going to the gym 3 times a week, 8 hours sleep, decided my meals and food shop for the week in advance so that I can do the food shop and know exactly what I need to make what meals I want, and just have intentional time with Dan and my girlfriend. So my execution plan for the next 90 days, so up until you'll see video of day 90, will be the first month is obviously, first month, day 1 to 30, phase 1 is basically lock in my final offer and pricing. I'll speak about that tomorrow. Have strategies for all acquisition channels, so everything for ads, cold calling, email, DM, SMS, daily outbound and lead gen activity. All the core modules done for Imperium Academy. Obviously, because I'll be doing all this outbound as well, any new clients or calls that I get, just obviously do those well. On the personal side, fix my sleep-wake routine. I got up a bit later than I would have liked today, but that's getting better and better every day, so there's no need to, be too crazy on myself, otherwise I'm just going to work against myself. And then the kind of success checkup by the end of the 30 days will make, I'll have a client or 2 back on. My daily quotas intact, doing those every day, and a clear idea of what's converting and what is speaking to people in my niche, basically. Phase 2 is improve outreach scripts and the targeting of those. Tighten the sales call structure based on the calls that I've had in the last month. improve the delivery for my clients and reporting and how I'm going about doing that. And then I'm going to start writing SOPs for all of the different processes, which is standards of procedures. So basically the step-by-step instruction of how to do the outreach, how to do sales calls, how to onboard a client. So basically I'm just making efficiencies in my business and speeding up every process, basically, so that I can spend more time on the things that are going to move it forward, which is, talking to prospects, basically. And yeah, the success checkup basically by day 60 will be 3 to 4 paying clients, have my first kind of 2 or 3K month, including obviously all the commissions that I'll be getting, and the delivery for clients feels repeatable. It feels like I know what I'm doing and that I can take on new clients and always be, doing better for them. And then the last bit, phase 3, is basically more volume, same quality, just increase the amount of lead volume I'm doing on the proven channel, whether that's running specific ads or just doubling down on how many emails and how many cold calls I'm doing. As I said, reduce time per client via the SOPs, raise standards on who I accept as clients. Again, refine the reporting and retention systems. And then obviously I'm going to be getting busier by this point. The more clients I'm taking on, the more income. It's going to mean that there's more things I need to do in the average day. So I need to maintain my habits under this higher workload. And then the kind of success checkup by this point, by day 90, will be about a 3 to 5K month, 5+ clients and confidence that it can scale. So that's like the aim for each month from today, and how I'll be doing that. And I'm basically trying to do 12-hour days, 6 days a week. So I will include the Audi shifts in that, because otherwise it will be, like a 20-hour day, for example, if I did like a 8-hour shift at Audi and then try doing a 12-hour afterwards. It's just not possible. But basically trying to work between the hours of 8 and 8, morning to evening. And then obviously whenever I have Audi shifts, and that sometimes I have Audi shifts as early as 4 a.m. So I would do that. I'll come home and then I'll work till 4 or 5 or whenever. And yeah, that's basically how it's going to be. And so, as promised, I'm out here. I'm doing a little recording of the streets of Leamington for you. It's a very nice place. The official name of it is Royal Leamington Spa because, I don't know, something about Queen Victoria giving it the royal stamp, and they call it a spa town in the same way that it's, you've got Cheltenham Spa and places like that, because it is a bath town. There was basically like bath spas back in the day, back in the Victorian era, to basically, I don't know, I'm just waffling, aren't I? But yeah, this is what it looks like. I'm just getting onto the high street now, so I'll give you a quick look around on there. And here we go. But yeah, this is what it looks like down the high street. And then back up this way. That's the bus that I would get on if I was going to up to uni, but luckily I don't have to get on those. And then we got up this way, and there's all sorts of things down here. We've got some, if I can just cross the road quick, we've got like a shopping centre as well. Not too far away from here, literally like a 5-minute walk, is Domino's as well, where I was working before. And yeah, this is basically what the place looks like. And so yes, that's day 2 done. As I said, I'll give more updates on the days as I go along. But for the minute, while I'm just doing like intro videos like this, that's just a little update on basically how the year's going to go. And yeah, from now for day 3, 4, 5, etc., basically you'll be seeing more and more of just the updates and the things that I'm doing, basically like as the day goes on. And then yeah, that's it. See you later.